Okay, hello everyone. So I hope I am audible clearly and you can see me. Please let me know in the chat if I'm audible and you can see me clearly. Please write yes in the chat here. Okay, yes, great. All right. So before I start, okay, so whatever you type, I can see you. I can see your chats very, very clearly at my end. And I would request you to please write down your names in the chat here. All right. Yes. Please write your names in the chat here so that I can address you all clearly even during the class. I'm waiting for all. Okay. I'm waiting for all. Okay, fine. All right. So, first of all, in today's class, what I'm going to do is I am going to completely introduce the subject global perspective. What are the expectations by Cambridge Assessment Board? And what are the different components? How are we going to plan out things so that you are able to finish the whole complete subject and get exam ready within 3 months? That is my intention. Because if you look at IGCSE curriculum, you must have minimum chosen around 8 subject, and you have almost 2 years to prepare for those 8 subject, out of which a lot of time is already gone. And now if you calculate the exact time for the preparation for each subject is around 2.5 to 3 months. Okay, so what we are going to do is we have to wisely distribute the time to address, to kind of make sure that we are ready with this particular subject. Okay, second very important thing about global perspective is it is not a subject wherein you will learn a particular concept and answer. It is a skill-based subject, just like math and English. So it is a subject wherein you should be aware of the rules to write the answer. You should be aware of the skills, and over a period of time, when we practice, we will be able to answer the questions in this subject. Third most important thing is understanding the requirements of each and every components in this subject. So first component, can you guys write over here in the chat which is the first component for IGCS or for IGCSE global perspective? Can I know that in the chat? At least I expect you to be aware of that, all of you. Okay, what's the first component in IGCSE global perspective? Okay, so there are 3 components that you have to stick to. One is your written component, your written paper. Second is your individual report. And third one is your team project. These are the 3 areas. Most of you have answered it correctly. But yes, these are the 3 areas we are going to focus on. So majorly, first of all, let me tell you what is going to be your schedule for this month. Okay, so in this particular month, I will also be sharing that on in the WhatsApp group. But yes, I'm keeping you informed. So we are going to have classes every Friday, every Wednesday, and every Saturday. Wednesday, we have the time slot from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock Indian time. Please note. Friday, we have the time slot of 6 to 7 Indian time. And Saturday, we have the time slot of 1 to 2 p.m. Indian time. 6 to 7 p.m. and 1 to 2 p.m. I will be sharing the time slots in that I have already shared, and I am going to share that in the group as well. Also, yesterday in the orientation, I have talked about the same. So yeah, I hope that part is clear. Next, we are going to move to the syllabus. Let's have a look at the syllabus. Now, one very important part over here is I want all of you to be very active on the chat. Make sure in case of any queries or doubt, you can always straight away type it here. In case if I'm teaching you in a flow, I might not be able to take it up, but I will always acknowledge and make sure before the class ends, I'm going to answer each and every question. Am I clear until here? Can I get a thumbs up, please, in the chat? Okay, all those who are clear with what I just said, can I get a thumbs up in the chat, please? Okay, all of you have given a thumbs up. Perfect. Now, first, I'm straight away sharing a document on my screen right now, which is given by Cambridge Assessment Board. That is your syllabus copy. Now, this is a very easily available document online on Cambridge website. What you can see here is This syllabus is for 2025 to 2027. Students appearing for IGCSE examination from 2025 till 2027. This syllabus is applicable, and of course, there are quite a few number of changes which are there in from this year's syllabus 2025. Next most important thing is, so one thing you have to keep in your mind is the syllabus is the Bible that we are going to follow to the core. And then to support this thing, we have all the past papers and the question bank that I'll be sharing. You will get everything on group, whatever links and everything. So I would request you to be active on the group. That is the most important thing. In case if your parents are there in the group, you can drop me a personal message to add you in the group, add your number in the group, so that even if they are not around, you are aware of what's happening. So you can do that. So yeah, let's start. So the first component, as you can see on my screen, is the written exam. Second is individual report, and the third component is team project. I hope you all must have started with team project and individual report in school by now. In case if you're appearing for exam in 2025, in case if you're appearing for examination in 2026, you will be starting with that shortly, and there will be a lot of orientations happening in your school as well, formation of the group and proper group for team project especially. All right. So let's straight away move on to the most important part of this document. Of course, I would recommend all of you to go through this document once on your own, word to word and line to line, so that you are aware of each and every areas that Cambridge is particular about. Okay. So first is your written component, written exam, which is for 70 marks. It will be 1 hour, 25 minutes examination. You will be given different sources. Sources are just like what you get in English paper inserts. Of course, it's not going to be a very big reading passage. It can be a mind map, it can be an image, it can be some graph, it can be some, anything that is giving you information about a particular issue or a particular perspective. So that is your source. I will be sharing with you what kinds of sources we have to learn to interpret and analyze, of course. But yes, that is what is source. Written examination consisting of 4 compulsory questions based on the range of sources provided with the question paper. Okay, source will present an issue of global significance from a range of different perspectives, personal, local, national, and will be on a topic from the topic list. So there is a topic list given by Cambridge board, which you have to stick to the core. Also the written exam, individual report and team project. Initially in previous exams, they used to have different set of topics for different components. So this is one of the change that is implemented from 2025 exam appearing student. For 2025 exam appearing student, that is, they do not have different topics. So you have one common topic list. You have to choose the topic for IR from that as only, and for team project as well. Whereas for written paper, of course, you are going to get the questions from that topic. Also, one of the most frequently asked questions from most of my students is, are we supposed to know about each and every topic in global perspective? So as I just mentioned, that it is not a concept-based subject, it is a skill-based subject. And what you need to do here is, in a skill-based subject, you need to focus on the analytical skill, how to write a personal response, how to frame a paragraph, how to understand an issue from different perspective, how to present a different perspective. So here you need to learn all of these skills to apply in your written paper. You need not rote learn anything in global perspective. So I know most of you are confused about this subject, but this subject is not a very challenging subject. It is one of the easiest subject if you know the rules, and that's what I am going to help you with here. Am I clear until here? Any doubt, please let me know in the chat right now, until now. And if you have understood everything what I just mentioned and you have no doubts, write ND. If you have no doubts, write ND. Otherwise, please write your question here in the chat. Okay, I have received few answers. I'm waiting for all of you to answer ND. Okay. Specifically, yes, Aditya, I was waiting for your answer as well. All right. So, perfect. This was all about your written paper, and this 70 marks is completely in our hand. And trust me, it's going to be a cakewalk for you at the end of our global perspective batch to write answers once you learn the skills. Also, one more important part, that have you got your new notebooks for my classes? Yes, no, whatever it is. Okay, in case even if you have not got it right now, I want it before next class. Even if it is going to be in this format, I am always available on WhatsApp. In the WhatsApp group, we constantly monitor that. I have a very small team to monitor the WhatsApp messages. So please, I am going to ask you a lot of things personally also. So make sure you are taking notes. Right now, you need not write anything. Whenever you have to take notes, I'll let you know. The next part that we are going to, the next component is your individual report. Individual report is 30% for 60 marks. And the best part about this is going to be internally set and externally marked. When we say internally set, means you get ample of time to write a beautiful individual report, and these 60 marks are completely 100% in your hand. You can keep on improving your individual report and make sure at the end you are there at least in the range of 55 to 60 marks in the individual report. So what we do in IR is we have to research a significant global issue of our choice from the topic list given over here, and you have to devise your own title and write a report. The report must be 1500 to 2000 words. Okay. Now, when we talk about the number of words in report, I have seen a lot of students picking up the topic wherein they are not even able to write more than 500 words for an individual report. They might be interested in that topic, that they are aware of that topic, but they don't have enough content to write for 1500 to 2000 words. So there is a small checklist devised by me for you all to go through before you even start writing your individual report. So that is very important, because then only we'll be able to understand whether you'll be able to reach the word limit of 1500 to 2000 words. Otherwise, you can't be repetitive in your individual report. You have to stay relevant in your individual report. And third most important thing is it should address the present issue and give a future solution. It should not be a past issue and a present solution. I hope I'm clear with this part. It should be a present issue, global issue, giving a future solution. It should not be a past issue with the solution in the present. I hope I am very clear with the past and the present part. If yes, write down PPP in the chat here. I'm waiting for all of you to answer. Yes, I am slightly particular about each and every child answering. I don't want only few answering and rest of you are not answering or not interacting in the class. Write down PPP if the past, present, future issue is pretty clear to all of you. Still waiting. If it is not clear, write your question here. Perfect. Moving on to the next component, that is your component 3, which is your team project. Team project is for 35%. You know, one of the best thing about a team project now is it has 2 elements. What, as you can see, it is 70 marks component, and 25 marks is for team element, which is a common report between all the team members, and personal element is your personal report. Whatever it is your own reflective paper on your research conducted by the team, and it is 750 words to 1000 words, and the team element is 300 to 400 words. Of course, we'll be discussing the template, suggested template to be precise, to write team element and personal element and individual report as well. All 3 things I am going to discuss suggested templates so that it becomes easy for you all to start with individual report, team project, personal element. Also, one more important part that I want to highlight is practically when you're actually doing team project, 99% of my students face this issue, that one of the team member is not working, the work is not equally distributed. Some people are working well, some people are not working well, and then they get frustrated, irritated. They are like, no, I'm not going to do it because this guy is not working on it. Why I should invest so much time in it? Please understand, 45 marks is in your hand. So do the best wherever you can, whatever you can. Even if the other person is sitting and getting the benefit of your work, they might not be able to get good marks in the personal element because they have never ever worked. Once I share the template, you will realize what are the questions you have to answer, and only you have actually actively worked for your team project, you will be able to answer those questions. So in that case, please make sure that the team element is taken care of. Okay, I have got a question from one of the students here. If my personal element is done, can I simply just get a feedback from you? Anahita, in a batch setup, there is one personal class because I cannot display your work online for plagiarism issue. So there is one personal one-to-one class that every child gets. So in that case, what we will be doing is I will be sharing my appointment link, and you have to book whichever slots you are available, all the students, and then I will be one-to-one sitting with them and giving them feedback. Not necessarily only for the personal element, but also for team element and individual report. But you get one full dedicated class with me. Okay, so here this is a batch setup, but you definitely get one full dedicated class at the end of this. Why at the end? Let me tell you, because by then 99% of your questions are answered, because I know what are the most frequently asked questions. And then still, if there is any other question left, you have that slot at the end to discuss things personally, and it is not going to be recorded for plagiarism and to avoid any sort of plagiarism. So it is going to be one-to-one, one single slot with me. I hope I'm clear until here. It was a very good question asked, so I thought of answering it right away. Give me a thumbs up if everything is clear until here and you don't have any doubt. Okay, so yeah, I have received all the answers. Now, the next part is, again, internally assessed and externally moderated. So your school teachers are going to mark you for your team project, but it is going to be moderated by Cambridge examiners as well. That is very important part. Okay, so make sure that you show your active involvement to your teachers, because they are the ones going to mark you. They will know that this child is actively involved, that child is not actively involved, whatever is the scenario. So don't think that if the third person is not working, not focusing, just doing time pass, leave them aside. Focus on your work, finish your work, because even if they get free 35 marks, they won't be still able to make it for 45 marks if they have not actively worked on it. So focus on your part of work. Okay, don't get distracted. Now, assessment objectives. Let me help you under. Most of the students skip this part, but it is important to understand what is the expectation from each one of you by this board. One is research. Assessment objective one is research, analysis, and evaluation. If you look at analysis and evaluation, that will majorly come in which area? Written paper. It will be there in written, it will be there in IR and team project as well. But research won't be there in written paper, because in your exam, you're not going to sit with your devices to research about anything. Research is majorly for your IR and for your team project. Okay. Now, design, carry out, and evaluate research into current global issues, their causes and consequences. See, these are the keywords. Global issues, current global issues, causes and consequences, possible course of action. All of these are very important keywords. They will help you to even write the answers, write IRs, and write your team projects as well. Use evidences to support claims, arguments, and perspective. Claims, arguments, and perspective. Again, a very important keyword. Can I get to know the difference between claim and argument here in the chat? Quickly. What is the difference between claim and argument? Come on. Give me the answer here in the chat. Yes, Anahita, I'm going to get back to you right now. Just I'm waiting for this answer. Claim and argument. Come on, let me know what's the difference between both claim and argument. What is the difference between claim and argument? Yeah, I'm waiting. Okay, I got the answer. I'm yet to get the answer from one of the student. Each one of you need to answer. You can't just be passively present in the class. So one of the answers that I've got is claim is supposed to be a fact. Argument is usually your own opinion. Okay, waiting for the other answers. Claims are provided without evidence, whereas arguments are justifications or perspective. Perfect. So claims are something, claim is something that you generally don't give evidence for. An argument you need to justify. You need to give perspectives. You need to give evidences. So that is the major difference. Perfect. Now, identify and analyze issues, argument. So here you were using the evidences. Here you are identifying, analyzing issues. I'll just zoom it in. Okay. Identify and analyze issues, arguments, and perspective. Okay. Analyze and evaluate. What do you mean by the word evaluate? Can someone help me with that? What is the meaning of, what is the difference between analysis and evaluation? Come on. I'm waiting for your answer. What is the difference between analysis and evaluation? Not sure. Okay. Waiting for others to answer. Yes, very good. Okay, let me quickly help you with that, but I won't be revealing the answers till the time I get each one of you answer and actively participate in what's happening in the class. Specifically calling out the name Aditya, I'm waiting for your answer. Only you are left to answer. Whatever you know, you don't know, you are not sure, whatever it is, you need to answer here in the chat. What's the difference between evaluation and analysis? Okay, guys, I am very particular about your active involvement in the class, and you have to be there ready to answer in the chats. It's not that, okay, it's not that you will just listen. It's not a movie. It's a live class. And yes, we need to be interacting. It's not one-way communication that is going to happen over here. Analysis is a detailed explanation of a given topic. Perfect. And what is evaluation? Evaluation is when you weigh the pros and the cons. When you weigh the pros and the cons, it is evaluation. Do not worry. Since I am verbally telling you things right now in the class, if you can note down, great. If you cannot note down, only for today's class, I will be sharing these keywords with the right definition, because it should be very clear in your head. What do they mean? It will be there in the, okay, my screen is frozen. Is it frozen for all of you? My screen is frozen. Is it frozen? Is my hand moving? Can you see me moving? Guys, yes, no, am I frozen? Okay, all right. So I don't think others feel that it's frozen. In case if you're facing any issues still, please let me know in the chat. I don't think it's frozen from my end. All right. So what I was talking about is I'll be sharing everything in a proper PDF form only for today's class. Everything as in the keywords and the definition for today. But next class onwards, make sure you're there for the class with your book ready. Okay. And you will also get to access the recording of this class. But yes, I am still going to note down the attendance unless and until parents are informing me that there was a genuine reason for you to not attend the class. Yes, I will take up their words. But in case if you want me to consider your availability in the classes, please make sure, please join the classes, one. Or in case if there is a genuine reason, tell your parents to drop me a message. That's all is required for now. Okay. Yeah. So I think we are done with analysis and evaluation part. Next is reflection. Consider different perspective objectively and with empathy. Justify personal perspective using evidence and reasoning. Consider how research, engagement with different perspective, and working as a part of team have influenced personal learning. Now, if you look at the reflection part, you are going to cater to this learning objective in all the three components: written, individual report, and your team project. Reflection is what you understand about a particular topic, looking at all the evidences, looking at all the analysis, looking at all the evaluations. As a human, we expect you to be empathetic as well, and to consider certain personal experiences as well and mention about it in case of any. So reflection is your personal feeling about a particular part, a particular topic. That is reflection. And the third learning objective is communication and collaboration. Select and present relevant arguments, evidences, and perspective clearly and with structure. Present research and include citations and references. We are going to learn how to do that and contribute to the team project. How will an examiner or a teacher will understand if the child is contributing to a team project or not? Simple. We will look at your personal paper, your reflective paper. Okay, we will get to know, we will observe you. I as a teacher, I observe my students. that what they are doing, what's happening in the class, are they even writing things or not. So we observe you. So that is how we get to know if you're working for your team project or not. All right. Now, this part still you guys can go through this on your own. I'm straight away moving to the very important part now, is terms, issues, perspective, research, evidence, argument. Okay. Now, before I go ahead with this, let me share an example with you, a personal life incident. So once what happened, Cambridge is very, very particular about plagiarism. So don't even try to fool your teachers, your school teachers. Sometimes what happens, because all the school teachers are using softwares. So in that case also, they check whether your work is plagiarized or not using that software. Second most important thing is sometimes they miss it, that which, if any part was plagiarized. And this is my personal life experience, that once what happened, one of the student had plagiarized the individual report, and we were not able to figure that out using the software we were using at that point of time given by the school, and it was showing like 100% no plagiarism. But what that student had done was, he had got some copy from local railway station in Mumbai, and he had written that ayah from that book, and he thought it's a local author, and Cambridge won't even know. Cambridge is in UK, they won't even know this local author, some in some village, and his evidences and copies are not even available online anywhere. So they won't be able to identify that whether I have copied or not, or plagiarized or not. But once it was checked by Cambridge board again, they figured that out, and complete 100% loss of marks plus 1 year wasted. So please do not ever try to do that. Please, that's a humble request. All the efforts go in vain. Okay. Now I am coming back to the question asked by Anahita. Can the moderation change your marks a lot? Yes, they can. They can very much change your marks a lot, because some teachers in my school aren't even qualified for GP. And Anahita, there is one of the major issue currently, because it's a new subject. Second, it's a compulsory subject. Third, it's highly analytical subject and evaluative subject. Unless and until the teacher is into it completely, they won't be able to get it. So even if they're not qualified for GP, you can request your school to train them well and get it moderated. But moderation, you answered the question, is moderation can change your marks a lot. That is true. It can happen, but don't worry, it won't come on you. It will come on the school and the teacher. Of course, your marks will be altered, but your teachers and school, they will raise the recommendation for the school and the teacher as well. So it's a huge responsibility on school and teacher to make sure that they are giving analyzing evaluating your work perfectly. I hope I have answered this question, and I hope I am clearly audible now. So guys, if there is no doubt until here, please give me a thumbs up quickly. If you have any doubt, you can write your question here. Okay, still waiting for a few more to reply. Okay, perfect. So yeah, that was one of the incident about plagiarism. Second incident, let me talk about it. These are my personal experiences, and these are very important for students to know, because they are still not that experienced to know what are the consequences. So you should be aware. Second important thing is, what happens, once, let's say, if I have written an individual report, and then in that case I give it to some XYZ person to do the plagiarism check, or else there are multiple softwares available online to do that plagiarism check. What I'll do is, I have written it, I know I have my individual report ready with me, and what I'm doing is I'm uploading my complete report online to do a plagiarism check. So my intentions are pretty clean over here. But what happens is, let's say once you upload your report anywhere, it is considered as written by somebody. And then when your school upload that reports again in their own software given by Cambridge, it will show that this is 100% plagiarized. So do not ever try to check whether the report is plagiarized or not plagiarized on your own or through any of your tuition teacher. Please make sure you are handing it over to your teachers in school when they are checking it using the Cambridge software from your school registered credentials, and your credentials will be entered that this child has written this, and please check if it is plagiarized or not. That is fine, but don't do trial and error on your own. Was this information very helpful? Because I am pretty sure that this thought must have crossed your mind that let me check if my report is plagiarized or not. Okay. Is it a bulb on for you? Just write BO in the chat. Bulb on moment. I'm making it write different words because I want your attention. I want you guys to be attentive. If I just say, okay, give me thumbs up everywhere, you will just keep on giving me thumbs up and I will be like, yes, they are understanding. So I'm specifically asking you for a particular word or a letter. Right? BO in the chat if you're clear with this part about plagiarism, the second incident. Yes. Waiting for more people to respond. And I'm not going to move ahead with my class even if one child is left to respond. So this is pretty clear. Okay, yes, I got a question. Some can take their own work, they can change most of the words, but the content is same. So is it possible for the examiner may have issues? Yes. Please don't do that. That you are constantly changing. Where did it go? There was a question asked. It suddenly. Okay, Aditya, you had asked some question. Can you paste it again? It went somewhere. So yes, plagiarism is not only about rephrasing the words. You cannot rephrase things. It should be original content. Original in terms of you. When you read a sentence, you get to know if it is paraphrased or it is original. So even the examiners knows, and nowadays there are a lot of AI softwares available. So don't ever try fooling people, especially Cambridge board. They're very particular about it. And second important thing is third most important thing is many students use the chat GPT and things like that to write their IR. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. And the best way to write an individual report is make sure you are giving credits. Okay. Acha, you have marked it as question, but mistakenly deleted. Not an issue. That's okay. Okay, I hope I have answered your question. Yes, I can see in the question tab about the plagiarism check. Someone can take their own work and they can change most of the words. So it is possible for the examiner. Yes. Examiner will understand. It's not examiner. It's not checked. The plagiarism check and all is not done by humans. They are done by AI machines and it's easy to find out. So don't try experimenting over there. Do not share your report with anybody in the world. Trust me, do not share. Even if when I individually take classes and I want to take in my one-to-one classes, I ask my students to share the screen and I give the feedback. I never take their reports. I never write for them. Don't ask anybody to write. There are people available in the market who write it for you also. But don't risk your life because they will do it for some financial gains. But if they are simply copy pasting from where you don't know, and then you will land into big soup that what they have written, you can't even go back and argue with them that why you have done this to me. So please do not ever get it written from anybody. So this is another thing. Write your own reports. You will learn a lot of things in this process, not only useful right now, but throughout your life, it will be useful, especially when you get into universities and A-levels and IBs and all of that. So don't ever give it for writing. I have seen many people doing that very bluntly. I'm telling that. Please don't do that at all. You can take guidance from teachers. You can take support from teachers. You can take feedbacks from teachers, but don't ask anybody to write it for you. If somebody's ready, also tell them, no, we don't want. We are going to write. Even if it is a worst report ever you can write, chalega, write it on your own. Okay, perfect. All right. This was the first important document that you should be aware of. I will be sending it to you. Don't worry, but it is still easily available on Google. I have not created it on my own. It's a Cambridge document, which is your syllabus copy. Next important document is your learner's guide that I always refer to. See, where my classes are not something I have invented on my own. All my classes, I am 100% in alignment with what Cambridge demands. And of course, I break it down into simple words, easy steps for you all so that you understand what they are asking for. It is not invented. It is not my personal invention that I'm using in any of my classes, any of my lectures. So next, the document that even I refer to is a learner's guide. And the third most important document that I refer to is examiner report. Past 10 years, I have been teaching this subject. And I have gone through a lot of answer scripts, question papers, even examiner reports, lot of workshops by Cambridge. And I have compiled all the knowledge and information to create this batch. So there is nothing invented from my end. But yes, I have broken it down into small, easy steps so that you all can follow that easily. Okay. So with respect to if we have time left, I will talk about it. But there are few other important things that I wanted to discuss with you all. I wanted to share with you all. So first I'll talk about it. If we have some time left, we will I'll show you how to get learner's guide. And of course, we will discuss about that also. One of the learner's guide we'll go through. So there are 4 important documents that you are going through. 1 is your syllabus copy. 2, learner's guide. 3, examiner's report. 4, past papers. These 4 are the most important study materials available for Global Perspective. And the 5th most important is all the rule books given by me. Am I clear until here? Write down clear in the chat. I'm waiting for you all to respond in the chat. Am I clear until here? Write down clear. If not clear, I don't want no answer. There should be some answer. Either clear or not clear, or give me a question. I'm going to answer that. But it should not be a silent room. Perfect. All right. Next important thing is, for these batches, there are going to be other experts as well. So in total, there will be, I am the main teacher who will be, or main faculty who is completely responsible for my 3 months batch, but I have a supporting team as well. We all are humans, and I do not want any of the, any hindrance in conducting these batches. So I have got on board 2 expert teachers. Most of you must have taken classes from them as well, who are from my organization. They will be assisting me in my classes. Each and every class is devised, is planned, everything by me, but we have divided the work so that we make sure we are giving 100% in every class. Okay, most of you must have taken classes from them as well. I will be sharing the credibility and the credentials and everything about them with you all. Secondly, I am open to the feedbacks about me, about any of the team of Global Perspective faculty dealing with my Global Perspective batch. So you can message me, you can mail me, you can WhatsApp me, whatever media you feel is the most comfortable for you, do that. I am open to feedback. I am a human as well. I am not perfect at all. But one thing is for sure, I improve myself every single moment. I take feedback, I improve. I have been doing that for past 10 years. I have been taking feedback from my parents and students and working on that. And that is why there are so many people that you are trusting me right now with their words, with their kids, to train them, to get them ready academically for examination. So yes, you all are very important for me. Make sure anything about anybody, write it down, WhatsApp me, DM me, whatever is suitable for you. And I will take an action, I will improve it. And whatever improvement action we are taking, we will message you. We will let you know about it. I hope that part is pretty clear. So there is going to be 100% transparent communication between you and me. Secondly, since we are 3 of us in the team of Global Perspective batch, the chances of any sort of rescheduling is pretty low for the classes. But in case if any class is getting cancelled, that class will be rescheduled, because I am going to stick to my promise of 3 classes per week. Okay. So yes, in case for unforeseen events, if any of the class is cancelled, it will be rescheduled. So it will never happen that any class cancelled and it never happened. Okay. But since we are 3 of us, so we have a big backup for making sure that the batch goes very well. Third most important thing is, when I give you any task, try to finish it there and then. Then and there. Why? Because let's say if I give you any task right now, 1 week or whenever until the next class, that is there in my head, okay, or in my team's head. I am the one, I'll be monitoring every class. I'm there for every class present, but yes, I have a support staff as well. So in that case, what happens? Let's say after 15 days, you're coming back to me with an answer to any particular question given 15 days ago. And right now I'm on some different topic altogether. It's very difficult for me to get back to you with feedback. So this is your moral responsibility to extract maximum benefit of this batch. You cannot just expect the teachers to push you to do well, but you have to push your own self and extract every whatever benefit you can extract from the teachers. Make sure you're doing that. If you can start practicing the papers once we learn the rule books and the concept, excellent. Okay, so do not wait for me to give you instructions. I want my students to be leaders, not followers. So make sure that you are leading your own life and making it better. Of course, I am always there with you to make sure that you are in the right direction. You are not wasting your time. You are planning things correctly. Am I clear until here? If you are with me in this, write with you in the chat here. All of you. Or if you have any questions, you can write that as well. You have to write with you in the chat. Yes, I have received few answers. I'm waiting for all of you, each one of you to answer. If either you will write with you or if you have any question, you can write that. Perfect. Perfect. All right, guys. Now, for the next class, which is tomorrow. So by tomorrow morning, you will get a schedule. Okay, for every week, you will be getting a schedule wherein we are going to write down what we are going to teach. Today's class was majorly an orientation, majorly to more than a rule book. I wanted to share my experience, which I shared right now, which you will not get it. It is not written anywhere in any of the book or examiner report, but this is my personal experience as a teacher for past 10 years teaching this subject. But yes, you will get a specific schedule that we'll be following every week. Also, I think Aditya, you are not aware of this because you were not able to join the class yesterday, join the webinar yesterday. But you will be able to access the English classes as well. So I'm going to take care of. So English classes are not the live classes. They are recorded classes, pre-recorded classes. And there is IGCSE Achievers Blueprint. And there is Global Perspective that you have signed in for. English classes, I'm repeating it for all of you actually, because your parents had joined yesterday. So in case you couldn't communicate, you will get to know about it right now. You are going to get access to you will get a login, your own login credentials on your mail. I will be sharing a small Google form wherein you will fill in your details. Please don't write your parents' detail. Why? Because I already have their details. They have registered, but I want to give it to you guys. Your email ID so that you will get the login credential for your portal or in your email. You can access English course. You can access IGCSE A-Star Blueprint for completely free for my students. And third is Global Perspective batches that you have paid for. So these two things are complementary. Let's see if you do not renew next month, that English part will also not be renewed. Okay. So this is something I'm additionally giving you all, because I'll be taking care of English Global Perspective as well, both the subjects. If you have any doubt, feel free to write it to me that I have this topic, that topic. Yes, I'm going to take up the majority of that, and then I'll plan accordingly that if I can give you some English classes as well in future. Okay, but yes, first focus is Global Perspective, then English. How many of you were not aware of this thing? Please let me know. Write NA in comments or write A in comments in the chat here. Comments. I'm too used to shooting YouTube videos, so sometimes I say comments and description more often than chat. NA if you are not aware. A if you are aware of this. Your mom, dad, they had attended the webinar yesterday and they are aware of this. Okay. If you're not aware, and most of you, okay, few of you are not aware. All right. Anyways, but this is what I wanted to share with you all. So please please let me know how was this class, whether it was fruitful. If you want me to work on any area as a teacher, my speed is too fast. Anything you feel, just bluntly tell me. I'll work on it. And see you tomorrow. You'll get everything on WhatsApp. In the WhatsApp group, if you are not there in the group, you can request your parents to drop me a message. I will add you in the WhatsApp group. Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Have a great day. Take care. Bye, all of you.